All right, guys, carry on from these lines of code. So I told you that when the program is reading, from CIN, whatever the user has entered, and when it's going to store something to the first variable, it's going to read the first, the first whatever it comes across that is not separated by a spacebar in between. So it's going to read everything before the first spacebar comes up, and it's going to store that thing into our first variable. And that's why when we do this, when we run this program, and when we enter two letters like Robert Williams, it's going to print out Robert Williams just fine. But say, what if we want to print out three words like Robert Williams, like you have a really, really long name, and Robinson? It's only going to print out two variables because the program has taken two of the words and stored them in two of the variables. It's going to leave out the third one because we didn't create a third variable and we didn't, input the third word that came up in what we entered. So it's going to be a real pain, in the butt when we are trying to enter a sentence because we won't know how many words the user will enter. Well, that's when we use getLine. CIN and X. String X. No, nope. That looks pretty good. And then we print out X. Oh, okay. You said type something. All right, there's our first program. Simple little one. Type something. Okay, so I see that. And I go, hi, how you doing, computer? And the computer is going to take this whole line and store it in our X. And it's going to print out on the next line saying, you said hi, how you doing, computer? And this is the difference between the entering the string type variable into our, what am I saying here? This is the difference between using CIN to enter information into a string type variable, and the difference between getLine, using getLine to enter something into the string type variable. So the last method we used is using CIN. This time we are using getLine. What's the difference? Well, CIN um, takes all the information before a spacebar comes up. So it's going to take everything before a spacebar and store that in the first variable. And it's going to take everything after the first spacebar and before the second spacebar and enter that into the second variable. But what getLine does is taking everything in that line and entering that into our string. So that's why when we enter anything like anything here, absolutely anything and just some gibberish, it's going to print out everything just fine. And this is a way to overcome what we just saw earlier. It's pretty fun, it's pretty good, it's pretty useful. Um, and this will be our short tutorial. Thank you.